When news broke out this week that Kate Middleton and husband Prince William are expecting their first child, the media went baby bump crazy. But Kate may not be the only celebrity who got good news from the stork over the last few days. That's right, the latest issue of a magazine features Middleton on its cover along with Jennifer Aniston, accompanied by a bold headline that proclaims, "Finally, they're both pregnant." According to sources, Jennifer Aniston is pregnant, but is keeping the news firmly under wraps. The actress, who's set to marry fiancé Justin Theroux later this year, has only told a few people that she's expecting her first child. So what do you think of Jenny? Pregnant or not? Drop in your comments below, hit the thumbs up, and subscribe to Hollywood Backstage for more on your favorite celebrities.
Hi everybody, I'm Peter Travers and welcome to Popcorn, where we tell you what's happening at the movies. And there's a happening now called Cake. It's about a character who is scarred. She's in chronic pain. It's very dramatic for her, but also she can laugh in the face of it sometimes. Anyway, it is a performance that has gotten Jennifer Aniston nominated for a SAG Award, Critics' Choice Award, a Golden Globe, and I think that when you see her in this, you're going to see her give a performance that has a kind of a bruised emotion in it and a kind of amazing grace. So I'm really happy to have you on the show.
Thank you. What a beautiful way to hear that described.
Right. Well, see, so my work is done.
I love that.
The rest is you.
Great. Now it's all up to me.
I have to know it. But what has attracted you to that? I mean, this isn't... I'm going to say it's a part that you haven't played anything like before. Mm-hmm. She is suicidal because of the pain that she's in and the tragedy that I'm not going to say that. I don't want to spoil the movie for people who haven't been, but go and go soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is, why do they think of you? Who said,
they didn't.
That's Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, well,
she's our Cake.
That you know, it was offered to someone else when I read it.
Oh.
And
don't say Meryl Streep.
No. It wasn't Meryl. Imagine if I was like beat out Meryl Streep. I just said, please let me have a moment if the opportunity presents itself and this doesn't work out. And sure enough, for me, what was lucky for me was that Daniel Barnes, our director, he kind of thought that was exciting. And wow, I never thought of that. That's sort of an unexpected way to go. And he loved The Good Girl, and he started saying one of my favorite performances was Mary Tyler Moore in Ordinary People. So he was challenged and excited. I certainly was challenged and excited. And then, so we all kind of took risks and were, you know, chose to be bold. And I will forever be grateful to him because it has allowed me to kind of really prove to myself, even though if the industry is not necessarily allowing me to play those parts because too much baggage, too much.
Is that what they say?
Well, it's
well,
I have been told too famous, too much attached to you. You won't disappear. You won't in not right for the right ways. You know, it's sort of that tabloid crap that follows you, which you don't ask to be a part of.
It follows you constantly.
And for no real reason. I mean, let the people be followed who actually want to be followed. And but so it's you have a lot more kind of tape to cut through in order to sort of say, I promise you, if you give me a shot, I will work my ass off and I will do this. And I also believe Friends, being in people's living rooms every day,
never goes away.
It doesn't go away. So you're constantly reminded of that wonderful show, and
but it's 10 years that you guys did that show.
Well, 20 from the start, yeah.
When you won the Emmy for Friends, did you pick the episode that you wanted the judges to look at?
I think you give them 3 options. I think you give 3 scenes that you felt good about for that season. And they luckily chose.
Do you remember
the ones.
what you gave? Do
you
remember one of them? What was it?
It was the giving birth.
Oh, well.
With Ross and all those great characters that came in, Debbie Mazar, Maggie Wheeler, you know, and everyone was delivering before I was, and I was getting pretty pissed about it. And it was just funny. I loved it so much. I loved it.
What's the moment for you when you look at Cake that stays with you for you, not because it's the best scene in the movie, but because you look at you in it and say, I'm at least satisfied with that when I look at it. It's true to me.
Well, I love the scene with Adriana. Adriana plays Silvana, the housekeeper, caretaker, godmother, sister, mother, everything. And she let Sam into the house. I say, you can't keep letting people just come into the house, and then she tells me that she invited him over for lunch, and I have to kind of mask my curiosity of what he said, and then also that I'm kind of excited about that.
What did he say?
You are not nominated for an Academy Award for this, even though the expectations are, since you went to all those other things. Do you have a moment where you give yourself 30 seconds of a small tear?
No tears.
No tears.
No tears. It was probably a 30-second moment of, oh. And then you really have, it's one of the, you find yourself in this tricky little spot of like, you don't want anything. I don't care. I don't even think about it. It's not my motivation. Then all of a sudden you get one, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it kind of feels nice. It sort of really feels nice to get a little nod here and there. So you can't help but be human and have a little bit of a maybe. But it didn't last very long. I mean, I started to get more beautiful, emails and phone calls, probably more for not getting a nomination than for getting the ones that we did.
That often happens.
And I was like, wow, this is really lovely.
What are like the 3 movies of yours that I should watch that will tell me something about what you want to be as an actor? Not that you think they're the best, but I'm going to see it and I'm going to say, you chose these for a reason, and so they mean something to you.
I'm going to say The Good Girl, The Breakup.
The Breakup, really, see?
And Friends with Money. Another one.
Well, I think because I work at Rolling Stone, I can remember.
Oh, my Lord, way.
Oh, no, come on, that was the cover. It's still among the top 3 most successful covers we've ever had. You sort of pioneered the bare butt cover. The Kardashians, they can just look and weep. That was it.
They'll never weep.
They'll never,
I don't think they're capable.
They don't do any of the weeping.
I mean, for the right reasons.
But when that came out, what was the reaction you got?
Oh, I was mortified. You know, it's one of those things.
That's always the point of a great cover.
Well, I was 26, and I really was naive again, and these are all the years that you learn and go, oh, okay, so don't, when they say we're going to blur it out, it'll be out of focus, and they'll be writing down the side, and you're like, oh, so this will be cool, it'll be artistic, and it'll just be that, and then it's absolutely not that. I thought
it was a little blurry.
It was a little blurry.
It was a little blurry.
Keyword little blurry. But there was, you know, I just remember my dad, and all I was just thinking was, oh, my Lord, my dad. And then I spoke to him, and he said, I think it's actually quite nice, honey.
Oh,
so
see? All that for nothing.
Was all that for nothing. But yeah, I was a little embarrassed at first, but then it was okay.
You have the shoes with the red. That's
do.
That's the most I know about fashion.
Louboutins, yes.
Yeah.
Torture shoes.
Torture shoes.